I stand by the grave, feeling the weight of loss. My husband, Robert, is gone. We shared 35 years of love and laughter. I can still hear his voice, the way he always made me smile. The funeral is filled with family and friends. They come to pay their respects. I appreciate their kindness, but my heart is heavy. Ethan, my son, is here too. He looks distant. I remember when he was young. He used to hug me tight after school. Now he barely looks at me. I try to reach out, but he pulls away. I feel a knot in my stomach. Something has changed between us. As I listen to the words spoken about Robert, I think of our life together. We built a home filled with love. We raised Ethan to be strong and kind. But over the years, things shifted. Ethan grew more focused on his career. He moved away for work and didn't come home often. I thought it was just a phase. I thought he would come back to us. After the service, I walked to the car with Ethan. I want to talk. I want to explain how much Robert meant to me. But Ethan stares ahead. He doesn't say much. We get into the car and I feel the silence grow. I want to break it, but my words get stuck. Where to? He asks, his voice flat. Home. Please, I reply softly. The drive feels long. We pass familiar places, but they no longer feel warm. The memories of Robert flood my mind. I remember our morning coffee. I remember his laugh. I remember the way he held my hand during hard times. But now it's just me and Ethan in this car. The tension grows. I can sense his anger, but I don't know why. I want to ask him, but I fear his answer. I wonder if he blames me for something. I wonder if he thinks I didn't do enough for his father. We turn onto a winding road. I feel uneasy. It's not the way home. Ethan, where are we going? I finally ask. He doesn't answer. He keeps driving and my heart races. I think about Robert. He would know what to do. He always had a way of calming me. I wish he were here. I wish I could turn back time. Ethan finally slows down. He stops the car on a desolate road surrounded by trees. I look around in confusion. What are we doing? I ask, my voice shaking. This is where you get off, he says flatly, turning to me. My heart sinks. What do you mean? I ask, trying to understand. I can't take care of you anymore. You need to find your own way, he replies, his tone cold. I feel the shock hit me like a wave. Ethan, please. I just lost your father. I need you now more than ever, I plead, my voice breaking. He shakes his head, his eyes hard. You need to move on. I can't keep doing this, he says. I feel betrayed. I want to scream. I want to ask him why he is doing this. How can you leave me out here? You're my son, I say, fighting back tears. He doesn't respond. He just opens the door and gets out. I feel lost. This can't be happening. I watch as he walks away, leaving me behind. I feel the weight of his words. My breath quickens, and I feel a wave of confusion. As I sit there, I think back to the warnings from my friends. They said Ethan was changing. They said he was becoming selfish. I didn't want to believe them. I thought it was just a phase. But now I see the truth. I see how he has grown distant. I see how he has turned away from me. I remember all the moments we shared. I remember the dreams of a happy family. But now everything feels shattered. I feel the tears fall down my cheeks. I want to call out to him, to ask him to come back, but I know it won't change anything. I take a deep breath. I can't let his actions define my life. I won't. I gather my strength and step out of the car. The road stretches ahead of me. It feels lonely, but I am determined. I will not give up. I start walking. I don't know how far I need to go, but I know I need to find help. I need to find my way. I think about Robert and how he would want me to be strong. I take another step, feeling the weight of the past lift just a little. The trees surround me, but I keep moving forward. I'll find my way. I'll reclaim my life. I won't let Ethan's choice hold me back. I have to believe that there is more ahead for me. I have to believe that I can start over. With every step, I feel a flicker of hope. I will find my way back to the life I want. I will not be abandoned. I will find help, and I will rise again. I walk along the empty road, feeling the weight of the world on my shoulders. The trees loom over me, casting long shadows. I try to focus on the path ahead, but my mind keeps wandering back to Ethan. I don't understand how he could leave me like this. I thought we were a team. I thought he loved me. As I walk, I notice the sun starting to dip behind the hills. It paints the sky in shades of orange and pink. It reminds me of the sunsets Robert and I used to watch together. We would sit on the porch, holding hands and talking about our dreams. Now, those dreams feel distant. I keep walking, hoping to find a sign of life. I need to reach the nearest town. I need to find help. I can't stay stuck in this moment. I need to move forward. After a while, I see a small diner in the distance. The neon sign flickers to life, and I feel a rush of relief. I quicken my pace. As I reach the entrance, I take a deep breath and push the door open. A small bell rings, and the smell of coffee fills the air. Inside, it's warm and inviting. A few people sit at the counter, chatting quietly. I glance around and spot a waitress with a kind smile. She walks over to me. "Welcome. What can I get you?" she asks, her voice friendly. I smile back, grateful for her warmth. "Just some coffee, please," I reply. My voice feels shaky, and I realize how hungry I am. And maybe some food too. "Coming right up," she says, moving to the coffee pot. I sit at the counter and try to calm my racing heart. I look around the diner, taking in the simple decor. It feels comforting, like a safe place. The waitress brings me a steaming cup of coffee and a plate of pancakes. "Here you go. Eat up. You look like you could use it," she says, placing the food in front of me. "Thank you," I say, feeling a bit more at ease. I take a sip of the coffee, and the warmth spreads through me. I start to eat, savoring each bite. It feels good to nourish myself after the emotional roller coaster. As I eat, I notice the waitress watching me. She seems to sense my struggle. "You all right, Han?" she asks gently. I hesitate, but something about her kindness encourages me to share. "I just lost my husband," I say softly. "And my son, he just left me on the road." Her eyes widen with concern. "I'm so sorry to hear that. Did you want to talk about it?" I nod, feeling the tears welling up again. "I thought my son would be there for me, but he's angry and I don't know why." "Family can be tough," she replies. "But you're not alone. You're stronger than you think." Her words resonate with me. I realize I need to hear this. I just feel lost, I admit. I don't know what to do next. "You might want to check out the support group down the road," she suggests. "It's for women who are facing tough times. They meet every Thursday. You'd find people who understand." I feel a flicker of hope. "Really? That sounds helpful." "Definitely. You can find community there. Sometimes sharing your story makes a big difference," she says with a smile. I finish my meal and take another sip of coffee. The warmth inside me grows. I feel a sense of connection with this kind waitress. "Thank you for your kindness," I say. "You've made my day a little brighter." She grins. "That's what I'm here for. Just remember, it's okay to lean on others sometimes." I nod, feeling grateful for her support. As I leave the diner, I can't help but feel lighter. I have a plan now. I will check out that support group. I need to find a way to heal. I walk towards the town center where the support group meets. The streets are quiet and the sun is setting. I feel a mix of nervousness and excitement. I wonder what it will be like. Will I find others who share my pain? When I reach the community center, I take a deep breath and push open the door. Inside, I see a circle of women sitting in chairs, chatting softly. They look up as I enter, and I feel their welcoming smiles. "Hi there. Come join us," one woman says, gesturing to an empty chair. I sit down, feeling a little out of place, but also hopeful. As the meeting begins, I listen to their stories. Each woman shares her struggles, her losses, and her journey. I feel a connection with them. I realize I am not alone in my pain. When it's my turn, I take a deep breath. I share my story, from the loss of Robert to the painful moment with Ethan. I feel vulnerable, but I also feel a sense of relief. The women nod in understanding. They offer words of support, and I feel their empathy wash over me. By the end of the meeting, I feel empowered. I have found a space where I can express my feelings. I have found a community that understands. I leave the center with a sense of hope and purpose. As I walk back to my temporary home, I think about my journey ahead. I know it won't be easy, but I also know I have people who care. I won't let Ethan's actions define me. I will find my strength, and I will rebuild my life. I am ready to take the next step. The next few days pass in a blur. I find some comfort in the support group. Each meeting feels like a step towards healing. The women share their stories and offer kindness. I start to feel a sense of belonging. Yet, I can't shake the feeling of betrayal from Ethan. One evening, I sit in my small apartment, staring at the wall. I think about calling Ethan. Part of me wants to understand why he acted the way he did, but another part of me knows he needs to face the consequences of his actions. As I ponder, my phone buzzes. It's a text from Ethan. My heart races. I open the message. "Mom, can we talk? I didn't mean to hurt you." I read it several times. My mind races. Does he really want to talk? Or is this just another attempt to manipulate me? I take a deep breath and decide to respond. "I need time, Ethan. I feel lost." I hit send and put my phone down. I feel a mix of anger and sadness. I want him to understand the pain he caused. I want him to feel remorse. But I also know I can't force him to change. The following day, I go to the support group again. We sit in a circle, sharing laughter and tears. I decide to share Ethan's message. The women listen closely. "Don't let him pull you back in if you're not ready," one woman advises. "You deserve to take care of yourself first." I nod, appreciating their support. I know they are right. I can't let Ethan's words change my path. I need to focus on my own healing. After the meeting, I walk home, feeling lighter. I decide to explore my interests again. I used to love painting. It was my escape. I could lose myself in colors and brush strokes. That night, I pull out my old art supplies. The canvas sits blank in front of me. I mix colors and start to paint. It feels good to create again. I pour my emotions into each stroke. I paint the sunset, a reminder of the warmth Robert brought to my life. Days turn into weeks, and I continue to paint. My small apartment fills with color. I feel a sense of peace wash over me. Each piece tells a story, a reflection of my journey. But then, one afternoon, as I'm painting, my phone rings. It's Ethan. I hesitate before answering. My heart races. "Mom, can we meet?" "I really need to talk," he says, his voice shaky. I feel conflicted. I want to hear him, but I also want to protect myself. "What do you want to talk about?" I ask carefully. "I want to explain. I want to fix things between us," he replies. I take a deep breath. "Okay, we can meet," I say, trying to stay calm. We agree to meet at a small park nearby. I arrive early, my heart pounding. I sit on a bench, watching the children play. I think about the times I took Ethan to the park when he was little. Those memories feel distant now. Ethan arrives, looking tense. He sits down beside me. "Thanks for coming," he says quietly. I nod, unsure of what to say. "You wanted to talk?" He takes a deep breath. "I've been thinking a lot since Dad died. I know I hurt you. I didn't mean to abandon you." I feel a mix of emotions. It felt like you were pushing me away. "I didn't expect that from you," I reply, my voice steady. "I thought I was doing what was best for both of us. I wanted to take charge, but I didn't think about how it would affect you," he admits, his eyes downcast. I see a hint of regret in his expression. "But you left me alone." "I needed you, Ethan," I say, trying to hold back my tears. "I know, and I'm sorry," he says, his voice trembling. "I was scared. I didn't know how to deal with everything. I thought if I cut ties, I could manage better. I feel the weight of his words. You don't have to manage alone. We're family. We should lean on each other, I reply, feeling a small spark of hope. He looks at me, and I see pain in his eyes. I want to make it right, Mom. I want to start over. I take a deep breath. It's going to take time. Trust is hard to rebuild, I say, feeling cautious. I understand. I'm willing to work for it, he responds earnestly. We sit in silence for a moment, the weight of our conversation hanging in the air. I want to believe him. I want to trust him again. After a while, I say, let's take it one step at a time. I need to focus on myself right now. I'm still healing. I get that. I'll be here when you're ready, he replies, his voice softer. As I look at him, I see a glimpse of the son I once knew. I hope he can find his way back too. We part ways with a tentative understanding. I feel a mix of relief and uncertainty. I know it won't be easy, but I also know we both deserve a chance to heal. As I walk home, I reflect on our conversation. I feel a little lighter. I am not ready to forgive completely, but I am open to the possibility. I will continue to focus on my painting and my own journey. I will reclaim my strength. Ethan and I may be on different paths, but perhaps we can walk together again someday. It will take time, but I am hopeful for the future. And that hope is enough for now. After my conversation with Ethan, I find myself thinking about our past. I sit in my small apartment, surrounded by my paintings. Each canvas tells a story, but my memories of Ethan linger in my mind. I remember when he was a child, full of curiosity and joy. He would ask me endless questions, wanting to know everything about the world. But as he grew older, things changed. I recall the warnings from my friends. They said Ethan was becoming different. They noticed his ambition taking over. I dismissed their concerns back then. I thought he was just focused on his future. I never imagined it would lead to this distance between us. One evening, I sit down with a cup of tea and reflect on my life with Robert. He was my rock. He always supported me, and he loved Ethan deeply. I remember how he encouraged Ethan to follow his passions and dreams. We were a family, and we faced challenges together. But now it feels like everything has fallen apart. As I sip my tea, I think about the sacrifices I made for my family. I put my dreams on hold to support Robert and raise Ethan. I worked hard to create a loving home. I remember the late nights spent helping Ethan with his homework, the school plays, and the family vacations. Those moments were filled with laughter and love. But I also remember the warning signs. There were times Ethan seemed more interested in his career than family. He would cancel plans or arrive late, always caught up in work. I tried to understand, but I felt myself slipping away from him. I didn't want to believe he was changing. I wanted to keep our close bond. In those quiet moments, I realize I need to confront my feelings. I can't keep pushing them aside. I need to address the hurt and confusion that linger in my heart. I decide to write a letter to Ethan. I want to express my thoughts without interruption. As I write, the words flow easily. I tell him how much I love him and how his actions hurt me. I explain how I feel lost without him. I remind him of the moments we shared and how important they were to me. I want him to understand that I need him in my life, but I also need him to acknowledge the pain he caused. Once I finish the letter, I seal it in an envelope. I feel a weight lifted off my shoulders. Writing it has helped me organize my feelings. I know I can't expect instant change, but I hope it will open a door to better communication. The next day, I visit the park where Ethan and I met. I take a deep breath as I approach the bench. I spot him sitting there, looking pensive. I feel nervous, but I remind myself of the importance of this moment. "Hey, Ethan," I say softly as I sit beside him. "Hi, Mom," he replies, giving me a small smile. But I can see the tension in his shoulders. "I wrote you a letter," I say, handing him the envelope. He takes it, looking surprised. "A letter? It's my way of expressing my feelings," I explain. "I wanted to say things I couldn't say face to face. He nods slowly, opening the envelope. As he reads, I watch his expression change. I see confusion, then concern. The silence stretches between us, and I feel the weight of my words hanging in the air. When he finishes, he looks up at me. Mom, I didn't realize how much I hurt you, he says quietly. I'm sorry. I take a deep breath, my heart aching. I just want us to be close again. I need you to understand that family matters. We need each other, especially now. He nods, his eyes filled with emotion. I know I messed up. I thought pushing you away would make things easier for both of us. I see now that it only made things worse. I feel a flicker of hope. I want to rebuild our relationship, but it will take time. I'm willing to do whatever it takes, he replies earnestly. I want to be there for you, Mom. We sit in silence for a moment, letting the weight of our conversation settle. The park is alive with laughter from children playing nearby. It reminds me of when Ethan was young. Do you remember our trips to the beach? I ask, trying to lighten the mood. He chuckles softly. Yeah, how you always insisted on building the biggest sandcastle. I smile at the memory. And you would decorate it with seashells. You were so proud of it. I still am, he says, his smile growing. Those were good times. The warmth between us begins to grow, and I feel hope blooming. We can create new memories, you know. We can find our way back to each other, I say. Let's do that, he replies, his voice firm. I want to be part of your life again. I reach out and squeeze his hand. I'm glad to hear that. As we sit there, I realize this moment is just the beginning. It won't be easy, but we are both willing to try. I know that healing takes time, but I believe we can mend our relationship. As I leave the park, I feel lighter. I carry the hope of a better future with me. I have shared my feelings, and Ethan has listened. Together, we will find our way back to each other. I will not give up on my son or our bond. I walk home with a sense of determination. I am ready to embrace the journey ahead. I will continue to paint, to share, and to heal. I will reclaim my identity and my family. I believe that love can overcome even the deepest wounds. And for the first time in a long while, I feel that things will be all right. As days turn into weeks, I feel a change within me. I have started to reclaim my life. I paint more often, losing myself in colors and brushstrokes. Each piece tells a story, and I feel a sense of purpose return. I am learning to find joy again. Ethan and I have started to rebuild our relationship. We meet regularly, sharing meals and talking about our lives. It feels good to have those conversations. I see a glimpse of the son I once knew. He is trying, and I appreciate that. But even with the progress, I still feel the weight of loss. I miss Robert every day. I think about how he would be proud of my journey. I wish he were here to see me transforming. One evening, I sit in front of my easel, painting a vibrant sunset. The colors swirl together, reminding me of the beauty that still exists. I lose track of time, focused on the canvas before me. As I step back to admire my work, I feel a sense of accomplishment. Suddenly, my phone buzzes, breaking my concentration. It's a message from Ethan. Hey, Mom, can we talk later? I have something important to share. My heart races. I wonder what it could be. I reply, sure. I'll be home. A few hours later, Ethan arrives. He looks nervous, pacing slightly as I offer him a seat. What's on your mind? I ask gently. He takes a deep breath, looking me in the eyes. I've been thinking a lot about my career and what I want out of life, he begins. I feel like I've been chasing success for the wrong reasons. I nod, curious where this is headed. What do you mean? I realized that I've focused so much on work that I forgot what really matters. I've lost touch with my family and myself, Ethan admits, his voice shaky. I feel a sense of hope. That's a big realization. What do you want to do about it? I want to change. I want to be more present. I want to help you and be part of your life again, he says earnestly. My heart swells at his words. I'd love that. Family is important, and I want us to have that connection, I reply, feeling a warmth spread through me. Ethan shifts in his seat. I've also been thinking about starting a business, something that aligns with my passions. I've been inspired by your journey, Mom. I want to create a space that brings people together, like the support group you found. A place for creativity and healing. I'm taken aback. That sounds wonderful. You have such a gift for bringing people together. He smiles, encouraged by my response. I want to combine art and community. I think it could help others who are struggling, just like you've helped me. I feel tears welling in my eyes. Your dad would be so proud of you, I say softly. He always believed in you. I want to honor his memory by making a positive impact, Ethan replies, determination in his voice. But I need your support, Mom. Of course, I'm here for you, I assure him. We can work on this together. You don't have to do it alone. We spend the evening discussing ideas for the business. We talk about art workshops, community events, and how we can create a safe space for people to express themselves. The more we talk, the more excited I feel. I see a new path opening up for both of us. As the night goes on, I realize this is the start of something beautiful. We are not just rebuilding our relationship, we are building a future together. Ethan's passion ignites something within me. I want to support him and share my love for art. In the weeks that follow, we work on our plans. We visit local spaces that could serve as the foundation for his business. We brainstorm names and ideas, and I feel my heart swell with pride. Ethan is taking charge of his life, and I am right there beside him. As we collaborate, I also continue to paint. I find inspiration in our journey. Each piece reflects my emotions, my growth, and my love for my family. I start to think about showcasing my art in Ethan's future space. It could be a way for me to share my story and connect with others. One day, as we sit in a cozy cafe, I mention my idea. What if we have an art corner in your business? I could display my work and maybe even teach workshops, I suggest. Ethan's eyes light up. That would be amazing, Mom. It would bring our vision to life. We can help people heal through art. I feel a surge of excitement. And we can host community events to bring people together. We can create a safe space for everyone. As we continue to brainstorm, I realize how much I've changed. I am no longer the woman who felt lost and alone. I am a mother, an artist, and a partner in this new venture. I feel empowered. The bond between Ethan and me grows stronger. We laugh, we plan, and we dream together. I can see the joy returning to his face as he talks about his ideas. I know this journey will not be without challenges, but I feel ready to face them. As we finalize our plans, I am filled with a sense of purpose. I am reclaiming my identity, and I am proud to support my son on his journey. Together, we are creating something meaningful that honors our past and builds a brighter future. I know there will be bumps in the road, but I feel ready to face them. I am no longer defined by my loss. I am defined by my love and my strength. And as Ethan and I move forward, I believe we will both find healing and joy in this new chapter of our lives. The excitement in the air is palpable as Ethan and I finalize our plans for the new business. We've decided to call it Art and Heart. It feels fitting, as we aim to create a space where creativity and healing come together. I can't believe how far we've come in such a short time. One sunny morning, we gather at a cozy diner to discuss our next steps. The smell of pancakes fills the air as we sit at a booth, sipping coffee. I feel a blend of nerves and excitement. Okay, what's our first move? Ethan asks, his eyes bright with enthusiasm. I take a deep breath. We need to find a location. A place where people can come together and feel safe. I reply, right. I've been looking at a few spots around town. There's an old bookstore that's for sale. It's perfect because it has a large space for workshops and an area for art displays, he suggests. Let's go check it out, I say, feeling a rush of energy. We finish our breakfast quickly and head to the bookstore. The building is charming, with large windows and wooden shelves that still hold some old books. As we walk through the space, I can already envision how we can transform it. This could be the art corner, I say, pointing to a bright area near the front. And we can have workshop tables in the back. Ethan nods, his mind racing with ideas. Imagine hosting painting nights and community events here. We can invite artists to share their work and stories. I smile at his enthusiasm. Yes, we can create a calendar of events and promote them on social media. This place can become a hub for creativity. As we walk through the space, I can feel a sense of possibility. This is more than just a business. It's a chance to build community and help others heal through art. I can already picture people coming together, sharing their stories, and finding support. We decide to take a leap of faith and make an offer on the bookstore. The excitement is overwhelming. We rush back to my apartment and start drafting a business plan. Let's outline our vision, I suggest, pulling out a notebook. What do we want to achieve with art and heart? Ethan starts writing as I speak. We want to create a space where people can express themselves through art, connect with others, and find healing, I say passionately. And we'll offer classes for all ages. We can teach painting, drawing, and even creative writing, he adds. We spend hours brainstorming and outlining our ideas. The more we write, the more our vision comes to life. I feel a sense of purpose in every word we put down. This is what I've been searching for, a way to help others while also rediscovering my own passions. Once we finish the plan, I feel a wave of satisfaction wash over me. This is it, Ethan. We're really doing this. He grins, his eyes shining with excitement. I can't believe how far we've come. This is just the beginning. As we prepare to submit our offer on the bookstore, I feel a mix of anxiety and anticipation. What if it doesn't work out? What if we face challenges we can't overcome? But I push those thoughts aside. I remind myself that we have each other, and we are ready to face whatever comes our way. A few days later, we receive a call from the real estate agent. The bookstore is officially ours. I can hardly contain my joy. I scream and jump up, pulling Ethan into a hug. We did it. We really did it. I exclaim, tears of happiness filling my eyes. Ethan laughs, sharing my excitement. This is just the start, Mom. We have so much to do. Over the next few weeks, we dive into preparations for art and heart. We paint the walls, set up tables, and hang my artwork. Each brushstroke feels like a step toward healing. I love seeing the space come alive. One day, while we're organizing supplies, a woman walks in. She looks around, her eyes wide with curiosity. Is this place open yet? She asks. Not yet, but we're getting close. I reply, smiling at her enthusiasm. I've heard about this place, and I'm so excited. I've been looking for a community where I can explore my creativity, she says. Ethan and I exchange glances, feeling a sense of validation. That's exactly what we want to create, he tells her. A space where people can come together and share their art. She beams at us. I can't wait to see it open. I'll be here for the first workshop, for sure. After she leaves, I turn to Ethan. This is why we're doing this. We're going to help people find their voices. Absolutely, he replies, his eyes shining. And we'll make it a welcoming place for everyone. As we continue to prepare, I feel a growing sense of excitement. I know we are on the right path. The vision we shared is becoming a reality. On opening day, I stand outside the bookstore, taking a deep breath. We have worked so hard for this moment. I see people gathering, chatting, and smiling. My heart swells with pride. We did it, Ethan, I say, feeling overwhelmed with emotion. He nods, his face filled with joy. This is just the beginning, Mom. Let's make it special. As the doors open, I welcome everyone inside. I see faces filled with hope and curiosity. This is our space, a community where art and healing come together. I know we are not just creating a business, we are building something meaningful. With each person who walks through the door, I feel a sense of fulfillment. I am no longer just a mother or a widow. I am an artist, a partner, and a part of something greater. Together, Ethan and I are making a difference, one brushstroke at a time. The opening of Art and Heart is a success. The air is filled with laughter and joy. People of all ages walk around, exploring the space. I can see the excitement in their eyes, and it fills my heart with warmth. Ethan and I stand at the front, welcoming everyone as they arrive. I am amazed at how many people came to support us. Friends, neighbors, and even some strangers fill the room. It feels like a celebration of creativity and community. Look at this place, Ethan exclaims, taking in the vibrant atmosphere. I never expected so many people. It's incredible, I reply, my voice filled with pride. This is what we dreamed of. As the event begins, I take a moment to step back and observe. I see people painting, chatting, and sharing stories. It reminds me of the support group I attended, where I first found my voice. I feel a sense of purpose wash over me. We are creating a safe space for others, just as I needed. With the opening festivities underway, I notice a woman sitting quietly in the corner. She seems hesitant, watching everyone else with a mix of curiosity and shyness. I decide to approach her. Hi there, I'm Margaret. Welcome to Art and Heart, I say, smiling warmly. She looks up, surprised. Hi, I'm Lily. I've never been to something like this before. That's okay. We're all here to explore and have fun. Would you like to try painting? We have supplies set up, I offer. Lily hesitates before nodding. I guess I could try. I lead her to a table filled with canvases and paints. As we set up, I encourage her to let her creativity flow. Remember, there are no mistakes in art. Just express yourself, I say, hoping to ease her nerves. As she begins to paint, I notice her smile slowly returning. I feel a sense of joy watching her immerse herself in the colors. It reminds me of my own journey of rediscovering art after losing Robert. Throughout the day, I continue to engage with other guests. I share my story with them, listen to theirs, and encourage them to express their feelings through art. I see how much they appreciate having a space to connect. This is what I wanted, to build a community where people can heal together. As the sun begins to set, a woman approaches me. I just wanted to say thank you, she says, her eyes filled with gratitude. I've been going through a tough time, and this place feels like a breath of fresh air. My heart swells. I'm so glad to hear that. That's exactly what we aim for here, I reply. You're always welcome. As the evening continues, we host our first group workshop. I stand in front of everyone, feeling a mix of excitement and nerves. Welcome to our first workshop. Tonight, we'll explore painting our emotions, I say, trying to project confidence. Ethan stands beside me, ready to assist. Remember, it's about expressing how you feel, not about perfection, he adds, encouraging everyone to embrace the process. With each brushstroke, I see the transformation in the room. People begin to express their feelings through color and form. I walk around, offering support and guidance. I see tears, smiles, and moments of reflection. Each canvas tells a story, and it fills me with pride. At the end of the workshop, I invite everyone to share their work. I sit back and watch as people open up about their experiences. Some share stories of loss, while others talk about hope and healing. In this moment, I realize how powerful art can be. As the evening winds down, I feel a sense of fulfillment. I am surrounded by people who understand the importance of connection. I see how our space has created bonds among strangers. Later that night, as we clean up, Ethan turns to me. Mom, that was amazing. I can't believe how much everyone opened up, he says, his face beaming with joy. I know. It feels like we're really making a difference, I reply, my heart full. I think we should have more workshops like this. It could help so many people, he suggests. I nod, feeling inspired. Absolutely. Let's plan more events and keep building this community. As we finish cleaning up, I reflect on how far I have come. I am no longer just a widow searching for purpose. I am a mother, an artist, and a community builder. I feel empowered to help others on their journeys. The next few weeks are filled with workshops and events. We host painting nights, creative writing sessions, and even family art days. Each event brings new faces and stories. I notice the bonds forming among participants, and it fills me with hope. One day, a woman named Sarah approaches me after a workshop. "Can I share something with you?" she asks, her voice soft. "Of course." "I'm here to listen," I reply, feeling a sense of warmth. "I've been struggling with anxiety for years," she begins. "But coming here has helped me express my feelings. I feel like I can breathe again." I feel a tear slip down my cheek. "Thank you for sharing that with me. It means the world to know we've created a safe space for you." "I want to help too. I'd love to volunteer and support others," she offers, her eyes shining with determination. "That would be wonderful." "We'd love to have you," I say, feeling grateful for her willingness to contribute. As the weeks go by, more people join our community. We become a support network, and I am amazed at how our little space has grown. Each story shared brings us closer, and I feel the healing taking place. I know I can't erase the pain of the past, but I also know we can build something beautiful together. Art and Heart has become a sanctuary for many, including me. I am proud of what we have created, and I look forward to what lies ahead. As I stand in the middle of the studio one evening, surrounded by laughter and creativity, I realize that I have found my purpose. I am not just helping others, I am helping myself. Together, we are all healing, one brushstroke at a time. As Art and Heart continues to flourish, I find myself deeply immersed in our community. Each day brings new stories and connections. I've learned so much about the power of art and how it can heal. It feels like a new chapter in my life, one that I never expected to write. One evening, while cleaning up after a particularly busy workshop, I sit down and reflect on my journey. I think about how much has changed since I first opened the doors. I no longer feel lost or alone. I've rediscovered my passion for painting, and I've found purpose in helping others. With the encouragement of Ethan and the community, I decide to start a blog. I want to share my experiences, the stories of others, and the lessons I've learned. Writing has always been a way for me to express my feelings, and I hope it can inspire others. I sit down at my desk, eager to begin. I type out my first post, sharing my journey of loss and how I found art again. I write about the opening day of Art and Heart and the connections I've made. I want readers to know that healing is possible and community can be a powerful force. Once I finish, I take a deep breath and hit the publish button. A wave of excitement washes over me. I hope my words resonate with others. I want to create a space where people feel understood and inspired. In the days that follow, I receive encouraging feedback. People comment on my blog, sharing their own stories of struggle and healing. I feel a sense of connection with each response. It's incredible to see how my words are reaching others and helping them find their voices. As I continue to write, I also rediscover my love for painting. I set aside time each week to create new pieces. I experiment with different techniques and styles. The colors come alive on the canvas, reflecting my emotions and experiences. Painting becomes my escape and my expression. One day, while working on a new piece, I decide to incorporate some of the stories I've read on my blog. I want my art to tell a story and connect with the community. I think about the woman who shared her struggle with anxiety and the man who talked about losing his job. I want to honor their journeys through my work. As I paint, I feel a sense of purpose. Each stroke of the brush feels like a tribute to the resilience of the human spirit. I realize that my art is not just for me, it's for everyone who has faced challenges. It's a way to bring our stories together. One evening, I share my new pieces at Art and Heart. I hang them on the walls, and they instantly draw attention. People stop and admire the colors and the emotions captured in each painting. I feel proud to showcase my work, but more importantly, I feel honored to share the stories behind them. As the evening unfolds, I encourage others to share their stories too. Art is about connection, I tell the group. Let's create a dialogue and inspire each other. People begin to open up, sharing their thoughts about the artwork and the emotions it evokes. I see tears, smiles, and nods of understanding. It's a beautiful moment, and I feel grateful to facilitate this connection. One participant, a young woman named Maria, approaches me after the event. "Your paintings really spoke to me," she says, her voice trembling. "I've been struggling with depression, and seeing your work made me feel less alone." I feel a lump in my throat. "Thank you for sharing that with me, Maria. It means so much to know my art resonates with you," I reply, my heart full. She smiles, her eyes shining with emotion. "I want to start painting again. I used to love it, but I lost my motivation. Your work inspires me to pick up the brush again." "Please do. Art can be such a powerful outlet," I encourage her. "And remember, you're not alone in this journey." As the weeks go by, Maria returns to art and heart regularly. She begins to paint, sharing her creations with the group. I watch as her confidence grows. It's a joy to see her transform, and I feel a sense of fulfillment knowing that my art has played a role in her healing. With each passing day, I continue to write and paint. I share my experiences on my blog, capturing the stories of the people who come to art and heart. I highlight their struggles and triumphs, weaving them into my own narrative. I find that writing not only helps me process my emotions, but also brings our community closer together. People begin to reach out, wanting to share their stories for the blog. I welcome them with open arms, excited to showcase their journeys. One day, a local newspaper reaches out to me. They want to feature art and heart in an article about community initiatives. I can hardly believe it. This is an opportunity to share our story with a broader audience. Ethan and I prepare for the interview, discussing what we want to convey. "We need to highlight the importance of community and healing," I say. "Absolutely," he agrees. "Let's show how art can bring people together." When the reporter arrives, I feel a mix of nerves and excitement. We share our vision for art and heart, the stories of our participants, and how art has transformed our lives. I can see the reporter's interest grow as we talk. After the interview, I feel a sense of pride. I know that sharing our story can inspire others in the community. I hope that more people will come to art and heart and find the healing they need. As the article is published, I receive messages from people in the area who want to join our workshops. It fills my heart with joy to see our community expanding. I realize that art and heart is becoming a beacon of hope for many. I continue to write, paint, and connect with others. My journey has come full circle. I am no longer just a woman searching for purpose. I am an artist, a mother, and a community builder. Every day, I am reminded of the power of art and connection. Each brushstroke, each word written, each story shared helps us heal and grow together. I am grateful for this journey, and I look forward to what lies ahead. Together, we are creating something beautiful, and I know that the heart of art and heart will continue to beat strong for years to come. As art and heart grows, I find myself reflecting on how much has changed. I have built a community, and I feel fulfilled. I have learned the importance of connection, but I also know that healing is a process. Just as I'm starting to feel comfortable, Ethan reaches out with a message that makes my heart race. "Hey, Mom, can we talk? I think we need to address some things," it says. I feel a knot in my stomach. I can only guess what this might be about. The last time we had a serious conversation, we made so much progress. I hope this isn't a step backward. We agree to meet at Art and Heart the next day. As I prepare for our talk, I feel a mix of anxiety and hope. What does he want to discuss? I try to remind myself that we have come a long way, and I trust that we can handle anything together. When Ethan arrives, he looks serious. I notice a tension in his shoulders. "Thanks for meeting me, Mom," he says, his voice low. "Of course. What's on your mind?" I ask, trying to sound calm. He takes a deep breath, running a hand through his hair. "I've been thinking about how much has changed since we opened Art and Heart. I feel like I've been working hard, but I haven't been fully present for you. I feel my heart sink a little. What do you mean? I've been so focused on building the business and planning events that I haven't taken the time to check in with you. I haven't really asked how you're doing, he admits, his eyes sincere. I take a moment to process his words. I appreciate you saying that, Ethan. I've been busy too. It's easy to get caught up in everything, I reply. I know, but I want to make sure we're both taking care of ourselves, not just the business. I don't want us to lose what we've built together, he says, leaning forward. I nod, understanding his concern. You're right. It's easy to forget to connect with each other when we're focused on helping others. I've felt a little distant too. Ethan looks relieved. I'm glad you feel that way because I think we need to prioritize our relationship. We've come so far, but I don't want to lose sight of what really matters. Me too, I say, feeling the weight of the conversation lifting. Let's make time for each other. We can set aside regular check-ins to talk about how we're feeling and what we need. He smiles, his tension easing. That sounds perfect. I want to ensure we're both okay, and I want us to keep supporting one another. As we talk, I feel a sense of relief. This conversation is exactly what we needed. I can see how much Ethan cares, and it reassures me that we are both committed to our relationship. Also, he adds, I've been thinking about how we can expand our workshops. I want to include more topics about mental health and emotional well-being. I think it would be helpful for our community. I feel a surge of excitement. That's a fantastic idea. Art can be such a powerful tool for healing. We could invite mental health professionals to lead discussions and workshops. Exactly. I want to create a safe space where people can talk about their struggles and learn to express themselves through art, he says, enthusiasm returning to his voice. We brainstorm ideas for new workshops, discussing potential speakers and activities. It feels invigorating to share this vision together. I can see how passionate Ethan is about helping others, and it inspires me. As we wrap up our conversation, I feel a renewed sense of connection with him. Thank you for bringing this up, Ethan. I appreciate your honesty, I say, feeling grateful for our relationship. Thank you for listening, Mom. I love you, and I want us to be close, he replies, a warm smile spreading across his face. I love you too, Ethan. I'm so proud of you and everything we're building together, I say, feeling a sense of joy. In the days that follow, we put our plan into action. We reach out to mental health professionals and schedule workshops focused on emotional well-being. The response from the community is overwhelming. People are excited about the idea of combining art with discussions about mental health. We prepare for our first workshop, and I feel a mix of nerves and anticipation. I want this to be a safe space for everyone. As the day approaches, I remind myself that we are creating an opportunity for people to heal and connect. On the day of the workshop, the studio is buzzing with energy. People arrive, many with smiles and open hearts. I can see a mix of excitement and nervousness in their eyes. I feel grateful to be part of this moment. Ethan and I stand together at the front of the room, ready to introduce our guest speaker. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here today, Ethan begins. We're excited to explore the connection between art and emotional well-being. As the speaker takes the stage, I watch the audience's faces. People listen attentively, nodding in agreement as they absorb the information. I see a sense of relief wash over some of them. This is what we aim to create, a safe space for healing. After the presentation, we transition into an art activity. I guide everyone in painting their emotions, encouraging them to express what they feel on the canvas. I walk around the room, offering support and encouragement. As I observe, I see people beginning to open up. They share their thoughts, fears, and hopes. I feel a sense of pride knowing that we have created a space where vulnerability is welcomed. At the end of the workshop, people are eager to share their artwork. They talk about their experiences and how the workshop impacted them. I feel tears in my eyes as I hear their stories. This is what it means to heal together. As the workshop wraps up, I look at Ethan and we share a smile. We have done something meaningful today. We have created a space where people can express themselves and connect. As the crowd begins to leave, many people approach us to thank us for the experience. I feel a deep sense of fulfillment. I know that we are not just building a business, we are building a community. As I clean up the studio that evening, I reflect on how far we've come. I no longer feel lost. I have found my purpose, and my relationship with Ethan is stronger than ever. Together, we are making a difference. We are helping others heal, and in the process, we are healing ourselves. I am grateful for this journey, and I look forward to what lies ahead. Together, we will continue to create a space where art and heart come together, one workshop at a time. As I reflect on the journey of art and heart, I feel a mix of emotions. It's been a year since we opened our doors, and I can hardly believe how much has changed. The community we've built feels like family. People come together to share their stories, find healing, and explore their creativity. I am proud of what we have created, but I also know there is always more to learn and grow. One afternoon, I sit in my favorite corner of the studio, sipping tea and looking at the paintings displayed around me. Each piece tells a story. They remind me of the struggles and victories of everyone who has walked through our doors. This place has become a sanctuary for many, and I am grateful to be a part of it. Ethan walks in, a smile on his face. "Hey, Mom. I just got off the phone with the local news station. They want to do a feature on art and heart," he announces. My heart skips a beat. "Really? That's amazing," I exclaim, feeling a rush of excitement. "What will they cover?" "They want to highlight our workshops and how we're helping the community. They're coming to film next week," he replies, his enthusiasm infectious. I can hardly contain my joy. This could bring so much awareness to what we're doing. We can reach more people who need this space. That's the goal. Ethan agrees. We can show how art can be a tool for healing and connection. As we prepare for the filming, I feel a sense of purpose. We want to share our message with as many people as possible. I reach out to participants who have found healing at art and heart, inviting them to share their stories on camera. I believe their voices will resonate with others. When the day of filming arrives, the studio is filled with energy. The news crew sets up cameras, lights, and microphones. I feel a mix of nerves and excitement as I prepare to speak. Ethan and I stand together at the front of the room, ready to welcome everyone. I take a deep breath and remind myself of our mission. "Welcome, everyone. Thank you for being here today," I say, my voice steady. The crew films as we introduce ourselves and share the vision behind art and heart. I talk about how important it is to create a safe space for people to express their emotions through art. I see the camera capturing my passion, and I feel empowered. As we transition into the workshop, I notice the participants coming alive. They share their experiences, and the energy in the room is electric. I feel proud to be part of this moment, knowing that we are making a difference. After the workshop, the crew interviews some of the participants. I watch as they share their stories with honesty and vulnerability. One woman talks about overcoming her struggles with anxiety through art. A man shares how he found solace in painting after losing his job. I feel tears in my eyes as I hear their words. These stories remind me of why we started art and heart. It's about connection, healing, and community. Each person's journey is unique, but together we create something beautiful. Later in the day, the crew wraps up their filming. They thank us for our time and the opportunity to share our message. I feel a sense of accomplishment as they pack up their equipment. This is just the beginning, and I can't wait to see how our story unfolds. In the days that follow, I feel a sense of anticipation. The news feature will air soon, and I hope it resonates with others. I want to reach those who need a space like art and heart in their lives. When the day of the broadcast arrives, I gather with Ethan and a few friends in the studio. We set up a projector to watch the segment together. As the show begins, my heart races. I can't help but feel nervous about how we will be portrayed. The segment starts, and I see footage of our workshops, the laughter, and the creativity flowing. Then, the camera cuts to the interviews with the participants. Their stories come to life, and I feel a wave of emotion wash over me. As the segment comes to a close, I see a message on the screen. If you're looking for connection and healing, visit Art and Heart. Everyone is welcome. Tears fill my eyes as I realize the impact of what we've created. I turn to Ethan, who is smiling proudly. We did it, Mom. We're reaching people. As the days pass, I notice a shift. New faces begin to appear at Art and Heart. People are coming in, curious about the space they saw on the news. I feel a mix of excitement and nervousness. I want to ensure everyone feels welcome and supported. With the increased attendance, we decide to expand our workshops and offer more classes. We introduce family art days and themed workshops, allowing everyone to explore their creativity. The response is overwhelming. Families, children, and individuals of all ages come together to share their stories through art. One day, a father and his daughter walk into the studio. They look a bit shy, unsure of what to expect. I approach them with a smile. Welcome to Art and Heart. Are you here for a workshop? Yes, we saw you on the news and wanted to check it out, the father replies, his voice soft. I feel a rush of joy. That's wonderful. We're so glad you came. We have a family art day happening right now. You can join us. As they settle into the workshop, I watch them begin to paint together. I see the father encouraging his daughter, and it warms my heart. This is what Art and Heart is all about, creating connections and fostering relationships. As weeks turn into months, I notice how our community continues to grow. We receive more stories of healing and transformation. I feel grateful to be a part of this journey and witness the impact we have on others. One evening, I sit in the studio after everyone has left. I look around at the paintings hanging on the walls, each representing a unique story. I feel a sense of fulfillment wash over me. I realize that I have not only helped others find their voices, but I have also reclaimed my own. I am no longer just a mother or a widow. I am an artist, a community builder, and a source of inspiration. As the sun sets outside, casting a warm glow on the studio, I know that this is just the beginning. Together with Ethan and our community, we will continue to create a space where art and heart come together. We will keep sharing our stories, supporting one another, and embracing the healing power of creativity. I am excited for what lies ahead. I know that the journey of Art and Heart will continue to evolve, and I am ready to embrace every moment. Together, we will face challenges, celebrate victories, and create a legacy of love and connection that will last for years to come. If you loved the story, like the video and subscribe.